I have hit a wall and I am pulling all the tools out of my tool belt, trying to get myself through this time. And you just want to quit. You feel, you have all this stuff going on in your head. And I thought, I know there's other people out there hitting a wall.
So here's the thing. You always aim low, right? If you can't figure out what to do, aim lower. So,
Okay. I'm an Enneagram 1, so you're kind of freaking me out a little bit.
oh, you got to do it. Perfect. If the intimidating factor is fingers to keyboard or pen to paper, there's all sorts of ways around that now. Hey, welcome back to the podcast. I am Joël. This is a show where we help people conquer their mountains, whatever the obstacle is in front of them. We help them take practical steps to move towards the summit of that mountain and overcome the challenge they're facing. This week I talked to Kim. She's got a really big vision to train people in how to use unique kinds of therapy, specifically horse therapy and art therapy, to overcome trauma and past hurts. And she's struggling with her own big obstacle, which is how to get her thoughts and the training that she's learned over the years on paper. She says it's just this daunting task. It seems insurmountable. So we talked about some practical steps to getting her thoughts onto paper so that she can share them with others. If you have your own obstacle you're trying to overcome, your own mountain you're trying to conquer, I would love to talk to you. You can go to joelmalm.com/coaching and sign up. I've found over and over again, when you share the struggles you're facing, the thing you're trying to start or the obstacle, mental block you're trying to overcome, other people are struggling with that as well. So in many ways, your struggle can become a blessing to others. If you're willing to share it on the show, I would love to talk to you and help you come up with some practical steps. In the meantime, I hope you enjoy this conversation with Kim. Hey, Kim, how are you?
Hey, Joel, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
All right. Yeah. What do you want to talk about today?
Well, I am actually designing a equine-assisted learning curriculum, and I want to put that together and also create a space to do this, which I have one now. It's not ideal. I'm going to be relocating, and then I have some other people that I'm partnering with that I've been doing this with for several years, but
Okay.
I want to just expand this and get a little bit more direct with it. But the curriculum is the big thing. And I need technical help with the curriculum because I know you're a prolific writer and this involves so much writing, but also because I have hit a wall and I am pulling all the tools out of my tool belt, trying to get myself through this time.
Okay. Now, is this book going to be a how-to manual or like an inspirational book, or what is the goal with it?
It's a curriculum. This is for equine-assisted learning.
Okay.
And we do have to
just so listeners know, equine means horse related, right?
Exactly. Equine is
yeah.
the scientific word for horse.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a manual to train, a curriculum to train people to use horses to help people.
Exactly. Yes. I've been doing this for several years, and I've been training and riding and competing on horses all my life. So horses are part of my DNA. And a lot of these curriculum that I'm seeing, some of them really feel like they're coming from ChatGPT. I know that there's some people that are, and I love ChatGPT, but there's so much more to this when you're dealing with this with the horses and with people, and so I just got frustrated, and I thought I can either get mad or I can do something about it, and so I started working on this.
Write your own. So have you seen a book that does it well?
No, but I have seen one that does it not so well.
Okay, without naming the book, what's not so well about it?
And this is my biggest complaint about so many of these is because it's very sparse. It doesn't give you a lot of instruction. It doesn't give you a lot of depth because there's so many rabbit trails that you can go off into. And I don't want to list all of those, but I want to give people some depth and some understanding. It's always about doing the lesson, but taking the lesson and applying that to life.
Okay. So can you give me an example of what a lesson looks like and how it applies to life? Like when you do this with a person?
Yes. Okay. I will give you an example of, we did a workshop on trust a few months ago, and we had 3 cords about 3 feet long each. And so what the person would do is they would take a cord, and each cord represented 3 different aspects of trust. One was what you have to do to build trust, what you have to do, what happens when trust is broken, and then what you have to do to repair trust. And they would take these cords, and they're processing through in their mind as they're doing this, what are some things that I can list that build trust, or that build trust in me, and so forth. So they would take these cords and tie one to the ring on the horse's halter, and you go through all 3 steps. And what you realize is you can't have complete trust with only 2 of these. You have to have all 3. And then we braid it together in a braid, and it's a cord, and they lead the horse around. And so, and I love that scripture, and I can't give you the,
It's in
gosh.
Ecclesiastes, a threefold.
Yes.
Yep.
Thank you. The 3-stranded cord.
A 3-stranded cord is not easily broken. Yeah.
So, and that's what I threw that in there with the lesson. And anyway, so something like that, that's a real brief rundown. Does that make sense?
So you would have like 30 of those in this book, 30 little exercise, application, principle type things, or how would that look?
I am going to have, I don't know that I'll have 30. I have somebody that I am using as an accountability partner, and they have their master's in communication and do a lot of work with teaching. And it was very helpful yesterday, because the point was, I don't have to have a full book of 25 lessons to start doing this.
No, yeah.
And that's, I get this mindset where I have to have everything all perfect and put together in order to go ahead and go forward. And I've already been recruiting people. My heart is in the veteran community, but I do a lot of work with an organization called Grandparents Raising Grandchildren. I've worked with the Lemonade Circle and LSA in San Antonio, Leadership San Antonio, David Robinson Foundation. I mean, I'm not trying to name drop, but I've got a broad variety, young and old, different ethnicities.
So what's the intimidating factor here for you? Because it sounds like it's all here.
The intimidating factor, that it's a wall, is what I said. And it's because I am self-employed. And so when I'm not working on things that generate income, I'm not making money. And I'm kind of a workaholic. And I'm a painter. I'm an artist. I do fine art, Western art.
You do. Very great art. Very great artwork. Yeah. That's one of yours behind you there?
Yes. Yes, it is actually. Through no intention of my own, because I didn't realize we were going to do a video call. So it just kind of turned out that way. But when I'm not creating something art-wise to put in a gallery or to do a private commission, I'm not generating any income. And so I am having to justify in my mind, I need to take this time and allocate this to working on this curriculum.
Yeah.
I feel a little bit insane because it's so overwhelming. I mean, there's so many aspects to this that I really know nothing about and feel terribly unqualified for. But
so let me ask you a question, because curriculum today has a lot of options. Okay. Would it be easier for you if you sat in front of a video camera and recorded these and then had AI put in what's called B-roll over it? So you can do these things now where you literally record what you want to say, then you upload it to AI and it puts images of the thing you're talking about on the screen. Would that be a curriculum, or do you really want it to be in book form?
Oh my gosh. I had no idea AI did that. That's phenomenal. It puts B-roll in there. Wow.
You got it. Yeah. And it's like, there's a subscription service that's like $30 a month, and it'll actually create the images for you. If you've got pictures of it, you can actually upload that. Or if you've got your own video, you can upload that. And AI integrates it based on the words. Sometimes it gets it wrong, but you can tweak it. It's super easy to tweak it. And I'm thinking, would it be less intimidating to do, hey, let's shoot 1 3-minute video with one lesson, like the one you just shared, the trust lesson? Mm-hmm. Would that be a little less intimidating? Because here's the crazy thing. Once that's done, then you can kick that into AI and it will literally spit out the paper curriculum, and it's not anything it created. You created it. It just put it into words for you. What is that a potential?
Wow, you're going to have to let me think about that because it sounds like it would be. I am so old school, and I want
Me
a hard
too.
copy of everything. I have a notepad here and a pen. I mean, so that sounds good.
Me too.
Thank you.
But
Well, you're a lot younger than me, so that makes me feel better because I know.
but I'm learning. So here's what I've realized. A lot of people are like, I've got to write a book. And I'm like, so listen, if the intimidating factor is the putting pen, fingers to keyboard or pen to paper, there's all sorts of ways around that now. And I almost wonder, I mean, you're clearly a sharp individual. I can tell that. I'm almost wondering though, if it would take some of the it's always intimidation, right? I just like, I don't know if I can do this. But what if you dedicated, for 1 month, you're going to spend 30 minutes a night kind of making bullet point notes, and then you get your phone. I mean, your phone's like, people are shooting movies on phones now. You could do it on a phone, and then if you don't like the way it's edited, there's people that can edit it for you. You can just say, take out this, add that. It's really easy now to do it very affordably. You can send this stuff off to, there's things like Fiverr where you can hire somebody to edit your video for like $30. Just tell them what you want, what you don't. Crazy thing is, like, this software I'm using is called Riverside. It'll edit it for you. You just tell AI what you want and it'll edit it for you afterwards. You just record it. So if I didn't have a guest, I could just talk to the camera here and then say, remove any ahs, ums, oops, take out this part where I did that, and you just highlight it. And then it spits out this ready thing for you where you could add the B-roll if you needed to show images of it. And then you could say, see the worksheet along with it. But I'm wondering if you just said, I'm going to try 5 of them, maybe 3, just try 3 of them that way. Do you think, is that going to feel like compromised to you? Or you're like, no, it gets the job done that I'm looking for?
No, it wouldn't feel compromising at all because my standards are very high and I can give it the information I have. And you're telling me it's basically just condensing it, or not even condensing it, but transferring it.
Yeah. And I wouldn't recommend this for everybody, but I can tell just from our 7 minutes into our call here, you're very articulate. So you're going to do a great job on the camera. Some people, the editing would be very heavy editing. But
well, that's another thing that I remind myself about is everything I've been through in my life has prepared me for where I am today, because I've done a lot of speaking and I've done some work in front of the camera, and I went through all the ums and ahs, and oh my gosh. So, yeah.
So question for you, are you wanting to sell this content, or is this something you're wanting to make open to available, or you wanting to like make a subscription service? How are you wanting to disseminate this information?
I have some different things in mind. I know that first and foremost, this is where my heart is, and this is what I've been doing for several years. In addition to the fine art, is I've been working with these different groups, and we do half day and full day retreats with different organizations and different companies. We can go corporate, you can do all kinds of things where they come in and we do equine-assisted learning activities. We do an art activity. We have a catered lunch. We have processing discussion time, and we put it all together for them. So,
are you videoing those?
I will generally have somebody there that will take some pictures. And
you need to get your phone set up. You need to go out and invest $200 in a little remote wireless mic like this one, this Rode, or DJI makes a really great one. Actually, I think they're down to like $100 now. They're nothing, but they're like what everybody uses. And you need to start recording that content, because there's so many uses for it. I'm thinking I could see this being on a YouTube channel where your YouTube channel has, a good amount of information. And then you say, hey, if you want the in-depth course, go down here and sign up. And, we ask for a suggested donation of $50 or whatever. But the bottom line is this content that you've got is going to be available. I've always believed you give your best stuff away and the Lord provides the finances.
Yeah.
So if you do that and people say, oh my gosh, Kim's content is just outstanding. Like they may have the same problem. Like I can't find a book that says what I want, but they see it in the video. And the great thing about video, I have a friend that she started doing basically PT for laymen who aren't physical therapists for people who aren't physical therapists in the developing world. And she realized a lot of them couldn't even read, but they could watch a video about how to do stuff. So she started making these videos about how to do it. So the beauty of video is you're actually showing people how to do it, which is in some ways easier than figuring out how to write that in a book.
Right.
You're like, we do this exercise with three strands and blah, blah, blah. Show it on a video. It's right there. Yeah. So I think, again, there's the intimidation factor. Oh, the editing and stuff, but there's people that can do that for you. And it wouldn't surprise me if you shot the content and the Lord provided somebody to do all that editing for you.
I love that. And you're shooting numbers at me that are shocking, Joelle. You mentioned $30, $100 for a good mic. I mean, I haven't looked at it in recent years, but that was out of the question. So it sounds like
it's a great time to be alive, especially if you go to Facebook Marketplace. You can find people that got into podcasting and it failed for them. They've got these things, they're just offloading them.
Okay. Let me tell you what else I want to do. Maybe you have some ideas for this, but I told you, my heart is with the veteran community for personal reasons. And I've worked a lot with the veteran community. What I would love to do is to connect with a university or someone that is doing some research regarding the way that what's unique about my program is it because it combines equine-assisted learning and art therapy. And I have to use those terms carefully because it's a lot of times it's equine-assisted therapy, but I can't say therapy if I don't have a licensed professional counselor there.
Right.
Yeah. So, but it is all therapy, trust me. But to measure these results in a quantitative manner and get some data on this that will help support these programs because they're incredible what they're doing. And I know that when we combine these two modalities, that it's not just that they complement each other, it's that they enhance each other. They really do a lot when you put the horses and the art together.
Where are you located?
I'm between Seguin and Stockdale. Okay.
So, I mean, you've got Texas State, you've got Texas Lutheran, you've got, I think those have, do they have agricultural type programs? Or I guess that'd be more of a therapy type program, wouldn't it be?
Yes.
Yeah. So here's what I would do. I would first develop a couple of the videos so you've got something to show for it. And then I would, you do the thing. Academics tends to come and investigate the people that are doing the thing, and then they become the experts on how the thing was done. But it's the people doing the thing that do the thing, not academics. They don't count on them for that. So I would say get the thing started and then invite them into the conversation. And I think that'd be a fascinating study. I actually know a couple of people, I'll tell you when we get offline, a couple of people that you should probably contact who are also in that space, and they might be able to lead you in the right direction. So here's the thing. You always aim low, right? That's my inspirational advice. Aim low. If you can't figure out what to do, aim lower. So
okay. I'm an Enneagram 1, so you're kind of freaking me out a little
bit. You got to do it perfect. You got to do it. Nothing's quite right. Listen, you're going to have to get over that. I know.
I consider myself a recovering perfectionist.
Yeah, anything worth doing is worth doing badly at first. So get ready. Your first ones are going to be bad. When I look at my old podcasts, I'm like, oh my gosh, those were bad.
Right.
I'll probably look back at these and go, wow, that was bad. But for now, I'm pretty happy with them. So, but you improve as you go. So I would say do your best to get a camera. And again, you have an iPhone or a Samsung? Which one you got?
It's iPhone.
Yeah, iPhone is great. Shoot it in the highest resolution you get and just record yourself talking just like you were talking to a group of people. Keep your eye on the camera and see how it comes out. Shoot it to me and I can give you some feedback or something on it. And shoot for, I'm thinking 5 to 7 minutes. That's about what it would take to read a chapter. So people would give you 5 to 7 minutes to watch it. Record one just like what we talked about, where you did the strand cord thing, have the cord, show what you did. Just record you talking to the camera, explaining how it works, and then what they need to do after that. And you can shoot it to me later, and I would love to, I'll give you some tips on it. And then we could say, hey, we could put some B-roll in here of this. And so you could go, next time you could have somebody video you doing such and such a thing or whatever. And we could clip all that in. it seems daunting, but it's not really daunting once you just do that first thing. And again, you've been blessed with you're clearly articulate, you're a good communicator. So it's going to be good.
Oh my goodness. Well, I went through the bad phase. I have a YouTube channel where I did interviews with people. So there's a lot of material out there that's not so good.
Yeah. So you already know the whole world there of YouTube and stuff like that. Like you're ready to go.
No, but see, Joel, I didn't handle any of the editing or the filming or any of that stuff. Somebody else did that. And
well, AI can do a lot of that now.
Okay.
And so once you get those first, shoot for 3 of them. And once you get the first, again, actually shoot for 1 of them. Just get the one done.
Okay.
And we'll look at it together. We can connect and I can look at it with you and we can say it'd be good to insert here, or there. We can find somebody that can do it either on Fiverr. Like there's so many guys in Pakistan or India that they do it for so cheap. Colombia, some great ones I've worked with in Colombia, another girl in Ukraine. They're just very reasonable prices to get you in the door here. And what'll happen is you'll probably record your first series and get them out there. And then if it takes off, you go re-record it with maybe a higher quality. Somebody brings in a nicer camera. But I say just get started. Your iPhone, you can do it with the iPhone. So
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's exciting. I almost canceled this call today because I was thinking I don't want to waste your time. I have a clue about how busy you are. And I thought, no, because I know there's other people. It's not so much about specifically what I'm doing, but it's like you hit a wall and you just want to quit. You feel, you have all this stuff going on in your head. And I thought, I know there's other people out there hitting a wall. And first of all, don't believe it, but then reach out to somebody. And I'm so thankful that you're available and that you did this with me because you got me going in a direction I never imagined I would go in.
Well, I'm glad. Hey, I'm glad you didn't cancel. This is a great, like you said, there's a lot of people I talk to and the intimidation factor caused them to chicken out before it's even given it a shot. So don't do that.